Beautiful Paris, Ontario. Arenalacrosseleague action returns to the Silapse Community Center. I am Matthew Carrick in with the JVI Sports Network, and we are underway between the Toronto Monarchs and the Paris RiverWolves. Monarchs wearing their purple jerseys with the yellow trim and the white jerseys with the red numbers for the RiverWolves. Monarchs, after the first chance from the RiverWolves, now work right to left on your screen here in this first quarter. Luke Laidlaw around the far side. He comes up top for our score sheet says Spencer Janes. That's definitely not Spencer Janes. Believe it's Dustin Caravello wearing 17, but the shot comes from the far side, and it is the opening goal earlier this afternoon. So this matchup is for second place, a tie for second with Oshawa, as Six Nations now holds first position in the league. This one rolls in on net where it's picked up by Rance Vigneault, who gets to start tonight for the Paris RiverWolves. Brendan Tainhouse works down the far side. Tall, bigger body for this team. He's played a number of places, and Steve Fryer wearing the Toronto Rock pants as he is on their practice roster makes his first save, as does Rance Vigneault with another one. Back the other way, already 1-0 thanks to the shot from Jordan Dance here in this one. Very smaller arena, the smallest that we do on the circuit, and transition goal again. Just past a minute and a half in, 13:23 remaining in quarter number one. This is our third game of the day that we are broadcasting as Blaise McCullough works in. Steve Fryer making the save. So if you're checking this out on the YouTube channel, be sure to go and look for the Oshawa Outlaws versus the Six Nations Snipers for first place overall in Arena Lacrosse. And the one that started the day, the Peterborough Timbermen and the St. Catharines Shockwave. Big hit there as Matt Lyons was checked right on the side of the crease. As going to be brought up over center by the big body of Blair Goss. Down into the corner, now to the far side, Tainhouse. Tainhouse still with it. Popped out of the stick momentarily. Patrick Miles was there, and right out in front they score as Fryer was down on the face-off as Matthew Francisco works it down the far side. Back up top, the cycle is on here for the Monarchs as Mike Teeter gets taken out in the corner after that shot. Fell to his back afterwards in the corner. Officials are, the bench is yelling that there's no reset as the clock was reset and no one's counting. So I guess we'll go with the 12 on the shot clock. Listed in behind. Here's a bounce pass down into the corner. Caravello looking for, I believe, Brendan Muse. That one popped out of the stick before it could get to Reed Board. Here come the RiverWolves, though. A big shot goes off the backboards. Fryer, nice recovery. Standing tall. They watch that one bounce off his body. Big couple collisions here. As Andy Campbell took that the length of the way down the far side. Played back here now, and Mike Burke sends it far side. The net still looks a little crooked from where we're seated right here as they work down into the corner. Picked up by the Monarchs. They run out in front of their own bench now. A couple guys making changes on the way by. Jason Crawford. Pardon me, that is Mike Teeter. Down in the corner. And an extra push. Picked up here by Paris. Blaise McCullough That shot there goes over and back. And the Monarchs line heads off the floor here. Jordan Dance starts it back. Dance down into the corner. All the way back up top for Nick Grasby. And Grasby for Reed Board. Back again for Grasby. He goes to the far corner. As they try and work with it. A couple of big whacks there from Blaze McCullough. And the Monarch player goes down hard. Getting up slowly is Jordan Dance. But it's picked up out of the corner, and Paris will get another possession. Big collision right in front of the benches here. They are right tight together. And the only thing separating them is a couple planks of wood. And now sticks get up and they shove a little bit. Matthew Francisco coming in to help his man. We had an over and back. Not quite applauds the referee's decision there. Jordan Dance. They're keeping it to the top side of the horn right now as the shot eventually comes off the backboard. Back for Dance again. Sidesteps his way through and a shot straight down the middle. Jordan Dance has his second goal of the game, a power play marker now. A lot slower. Picking up that face-off was Michael Gillen, and Gillen took a number of shots on his way out from multiple players. There's at least two of them as now Liam Patton will gain possession. Rolling pass goes past Mike Melnichenko down into the corner. Melnichenko digging for it, and it will be brought out by Spencer Pike. Over to the far side, down to the crease, looking for a shot. It looked like the Paris player may have towed the line there in the crease. And do we have a back-in call now from John Watson? Not sure what that was as they got in tight. A diving attempt now coming here from Andy Campbell. As he clears out, that one went well wide. Drake Smith. That one looked like it went way high off the body of Patrick Miles before going up into the rafters. So Drake Smith will get it again from the X position, reaching through, and the modified air gate in behind Steve Fryer. Yes, we play NLL rules here in Arena Lacrosse. Pretty goal from infield. They call it the X position. I believe Mike Burke. So the starts with the reach and then the dive. And it gets in behind Fryer, making it 3-2 now for the Toronto Monarchs. Pardon me. Big collision as bodies go flying again off the face-off. These are big battles, and how about the stare down from Blaze McCullough? And there's a lot of purple down there, way too many as there's 6 all in the play. And early on, the prettiest one of the night coming from Tainhouse so far. The modified air gate from behind Steve Fryer. There's a shot from down low. Drake Smith just skipping it past Steve Fryer. And another one that goes wide. We got a delayed penalty coming here against Joel Furman. As far as the CRTC is concerned, I don't think we have the best seat in the house, but from what we can hear coming from underneath of us, it definitely is worth every penny that you would pay the price of admission if you got to sit here, let me tell you. But anyways, power play is on here for Paris. And that one bounces off the glass before finding the stick of Spencer Pike. Pike was filled in by Andrew Bennett, and Fryer couldn't recover as the shot comes in and the goal. And that'll be Nick Grasby coming out after that too many men call. On the power play, unassisted. Official call of the goal. As we go back to the face-off dot. Mike Gillen was looking for that, pulled the stick out a little too quick. And that gives Liam Patton the face-off victory. And more importantly, the RiverWolves the ball here. Drake Smith will back up all the way into the corner. Tainhouse with it. Brendan Tainhouse up top. Mike Burke rips the shot, and that may have hit off Jordan Critch. Big whack in the corner on Tainhouse. Looking back door. Where's the ball? As it dropped in behind Fryer. Tainhouse looking to go back on defense. Critch down the floor. The shot there. And it's been a while since Rance Vigneault has had to put in work, but he makes a nice save there. 6 minutes, 40 seconds awaiting the media timeout here in the first quarter. Tied up at 3. Extended power play here for Paris. As they work it into the corner, Mike Gillen going after Liam Patton. Patton's going to pull it out all the way up top for Mike Burke, who rips that dangerous shot. And the horn sounds, and we will get the media timeout. The media timeout as this shot goes through, and Steve Fryer will make the save. Random spot checks as Andy Campbell pulls that one through. Shot comes from Tainhouse, didn't get all the way. And they did take one from each team, and Seth Laidlaws will remain in the penalty box for the rest of the game. He had to go and retrieve another stick, and he'll also serve 2-minute penalty. Both benches warned for both benches get a warning from the official for swearing. This ball picked out of the crease, played back up top, and again they get Fryer moving, and again they score. Spencer Pike would be easy to spot. First off, because he's one of the leading scorers in the league, but secondly, that would be pretty obvious spot check. Liam Patton carrying the ball, trying to get away from Jason Crawford there as they work to the far side. That is Burke again with the red shoulders. As the shot comes through, Andy Campbell getting it in on Fryer, who makes the save. Down in the corner, they're saying Mike Melnichenko had the save there. On the power play, Patrick Miles still in the box for 25 seconds here. As Brennan Muse will jog off a diving attempt. There collides with Rance Vigneault. No one taking exception, at least not yet. So they set up again. Up top, Spencer Pike. Here's Burke. Now the cutter over the shoulder. Oh, what a goal right there. Andy Campbell. It's either a 26 or a 28. It definitely is Andy Campbell taking that feed and going over the shoulder. From these two teams, it's been a pretty good day of action from all three. Again, check the YouTube page for our season-long coverage of Arena Lacrosse League here on the JVI Sports Network. Working down low again, Rance Vigneault from the crease, sends it straight up the middle as it's on the stick of Brett Olbickus. Olbickus is shot off the back glass, out for Ryan Carruthers. And it'll be left right in front of the benches again. Seth Laidlaw back on the floor, as is Patrick Miles, and you can see how much more room there, or less room I should say. As Toronto now controls. Trying to get that one through. A big stand there from Liam Patton. As Paris brings him back. Here's Burke. Burke using the free arm to create some space. Back for Tainhouse. Quickly to Burke. Shot comes in. Fryer with the save. Tainhouse in the corner. Jordan Critch immediately on him. Tainhouse and Critch doing battle in the corner. I believe that's Nick Grasby in there as well. Tyler Ferreira coming in to help out, as is Mike Burke. Burke and Ferreira, former Brampton Excelsior major teammates, now opposing each other here in winter ball. Fryer with another save with the rebound going into the corner. And now picked up by the Monarchs. Toronto working down the far side. It is Tyler Ferreira. Big shot there from Teeter. And that one rolls in behind Vigneault after he made the initial save. And that'll make it 5-4 in favor of Paris. Jordan Critch from Mike Teeter. Monarchs trying to set up again. That one sails high. Vigneault crouches out of the way. Another one. Vigneault now going to his left to try and make that save. It's caught up in the feet of a Monarchs player. May have been Matt Pelkey. Bit of a stumble there as they work back in the corner. Coming out with it now, Adam McGordy. McGordy going end to end. McGordy now trying to cut through as the Monarchs keep it to the far side. McGordy will wait for it to clear out through the crease. Pardon me, Reed Board is right there on the corner. As now Paris will bring it back the other way. Braden Curran. As it's intercepted, picked up, here comes Critch. And a too many men call here against the Monarchs. And the conversation continues. I told you these were the best seats in the house. Here's Brendan Tainhouse down into the corner on the Paris power play. Round the back, looking big shot there from Carruthers. And Tainhouse will just bat it back deep into the zone and let his teammates do the work. They do, in fact, picking it off the crease. As I believe that's Melnichenko down low. Here's Berg. Again, those red shoulder caps, the only jersey with them on. As this one sent down the floor, Seth Laidlaw picks up the long bomb pass. Nicely done from Steve Fryer. As Laidlaw now over the top into the stick of Reed Board. Here's Board. We are in the final minute of play, 20 seconds to be exact, as there's 1 minute left in the power play. Pretty small press box. Sightlines aren't the greatest as Rob Koger will now hold it at bay. 10 seconds left here in the period. And it's a 5-4 score in favor of the Paris RiverWolves. They'll have 4-3 now 2, and they do score as that one got in by the crease and just trickles over the line. Another power play marker against the Paris RiverWolves. They awarded to Andy Campbell, number 26. 26 and 28, definitely, especially from here, look very similar. And with 2 seconds on the clock, they'll just leave it be and head it to break, but it will be Paris after a penalty-filled first quarter, leading 6-4. Both teams crediting their goalies with a pretty good start. Despite the 10 goals in that opening quarter, 6-4 is the lead for the Paris RiverWolves. We have switched sides here. As you can see now, Steve Fryer in the net to our left. Contact in behind the net of Steve Fryer. And the Toronto player went down, and Paris is going to end up with the ball. There is shocked kind of, I guess, as we are, as here's Tainhouse sending it into the corner. Tainhouse gets dropped, and Drake Smith returning the favor as Mike Gillen and Tainhouse get in each other's face. Gillen turns and goes down the floor, but it's turned over as the RiverWolves have it now. Couple players jousting in the middle there, and it was Nick Grasby telling his teammates to stay out of the box. He's going to head off here for slashing. For roughing is the call. Nick Grasby and Spencer Pike. We remain 5-on-5. Big pick set there by Jordan Dance. As it came back, picked up again by Dance. As he gets the return pass for the far side now. Looking for the cutter in front was Seth Laidlaw with that new, hopefully legal stick. As Laidlaw diving for it. What a goal there. Down the floor, spinning by Connor Brown. Over to the far side. Tap dancing around over on that far side was Reed Board. As Board gets it back for Dance. Now Board again. These two playing catch with it. As the last pass was intercepted, the Monarchs player run over there. I believe that is Dustin Caravello. Seth Laidlaw back on the floor now as they're trying to catch a tired Paris defense. 2 minutes into the second quarter here. As dancing around is Luke Laidlaw. He'll rip a shot that is saved by Rance Vigneault out into the corner. Bounces all the way back, just stays inside the zone where it's kept alive by Jordan Critch. In the corner, the message now from underneath of us. This offense is working hard. We got to be strong on D. Won't be called into play here as Critch just rips a sidearm shot that finds its way through everybody. Everything including Rance Vigneault in that Paris net. Shot clock goes here as Tyler Ferreira runs down. Takes the shot. Vigneault had ducked. And an interference call, I believe, hands the ball back to Paris. From the corner, Tainhouse all the way up top to Burke. Passing it in front, trying the behind the back shot. Went well wide, ended up on the mesh at the back of the net. Drake Smith chasing it down, applies the stick check, pops it free, and will now push it into the corner. Trailing the play, Melnichenko with speed. Connor Brown with speed. This one down the floor, Jordan Critch in front again. Critch hands his own rebound, and as Vigneault steps out, the big 5-hole opens up. And that'll release the penalty boxes. It'll also make the score 7-6. Ring around the rosy here, Michael Gillen and Liam Patton at the face-off dot, renew their rivalry. That spanned the entire evening. As it's pushed up over center here for Brad Mazzucato. Mazzucato normally wearing 55. We've been told he'll wear number 13 this evening, which is normally occupied by Dan Keene, and we didn't get a number change for him, so we assume he's not in the lineup as Ryan Carruthers goes in, takes a shot, and Fryer with the save. Tainhouse shoving his man behind the play. They'll both head off now, though. It's kept alive by Ferreira. Big shove there. His man falls and lands in the crease, and Adam McGordy gets up to give a shove to his counterpart. Paris keeping the ball up top, but a couple extra whacks from Tyler Ferreira. Ferreira on his wrong side elects to twist the shot, and it lands in the feet there of Rance Vigneault. Here's Andy Campbell straight down the middle, tried to pass into the corner. That one bangs off the boards. Here's Caravello, Dustin Caravello all alone. Oh, he was looking just above the left pad, and that hole plugged up quickly right in front of the Monarch bench, right underneath of us. Dustin Caravello, he goes down hard along with Stu Mickelhorn. As the bench was screaming for the 8 count. Monarchs keeping it alive, down to the crease. Oh, Critch have a game. Back to the dot, Mike Gillen is gonna win the face-off battle this time. Away from Patton, those two will go head-to-head all night. And it was Teeter getting the credit of the goal. Teeter goes up top. Here's Grasby and Seth Laidlaw. Penalty coming here to Paris as Fryer comes to the bench. Extra attacker will be Brendan Muse. He goes straight to the front of the net. And a Monarch player taken down hard in the middle. And it looks like Caravello getting up slowly. As we're tied at 7 now, and the Monarchs looking for their first lead of the game since opening up the scoring. Working it in the corner. Back to Caravello for Critch, spinning back down in that corner. Critch again down on the crease, looking for the shot. They got it through. A nice save from Vigneault. Here it is again from Jordan Dance. That one wide off the backboards. They do have the safety valve up top at center in Jordan Critch. This one comes all the way up top as Laidlaw takes the shots. Vigneault thought it was behind him somewhere, but wasn't sure, and it actually did bounce in front. And then the spin took it backwards, so anxious moment there as Blaze McCullough will now get up over center. Minute 5 seconds left in their two-man disadvantage for Blaze McCullough and Paris. McCullough taken hard into the sideboards there. Pretty difficult to see as they pass under that girder. There's Jordan Dance. Delayed line change coming up here for the Monarchs. Here's Dance. To the far side, Dance will step back down, and the pick opens up space here for Luke Laidlaw, who rips a shot off the back glass. Dance chasing it down, and it's picked up out of the corner. Spinning shot and a goal from Dustin Caravello. Blair Goss coming in to take the face-off. He was promptly beaten, and the Monarchs will set up again. This time putting 5 all the way down in the set. Dance will now go to the center, and Vigneault looking behind him. And Joel Furman is right there. And I believe he's got a crease violation. It was a bit of a weird signal as both hands were up, almost as if there was a goal. As Luke Laidlaw lays a late hit on his man. Just as the penalty expires, so closing in on 7 minutes left to play here in quarter number 2. Working down the far side, Matthew Francisco. Francisco will flip to his man up top. Tyler Ferrero with it now. We'll roll it back for Reed Board. Board now Teeter on the near side. Teeter will sidestep his way in, looking for the 5-hole. Just between the legs, and the horn will sound, and we'll take the media timeout. Inch. As a big save there from Rance Vigneault, working off to his right-hand side. As Paris now quickly works back the other way. Bit of a hidden ball play here as they work up top for Burke. Played back down for Spencer Pike in the corner. Burke up top and just finds a hole. Goodness. So Gillen does go back to the face-off dot, and that is the new stick he took to the penalty box with him. As Burke recovers the ball. That stick lost Gillen the face-off. As the ball rolls into the corner, taken in by Tainhouse. Back to the X position, has 1 goal already from that spot. 10 on the shot clock as they go all the way up top. Sidearm rip now from Andy Campbell, who already has 1. Fryer lost the ball momentarily, but does pick it up. Now the Monarchs finally up over center. Monarchs coming with it now as they set up. Change-up shot over the top. Oh, tough to handle there from Rance Vigneault as the mid-air hidden ball play for the RiverWolves, close to throwing it back over the line. Here, but Blaze McCullough does scamper off after the clean exchange with Melnichenko. His shot goes wide. Shot clock continues to tick down. 10 on it now as Burke has it back. Looks for his man down low in the corner. And that one skips off a couple boards before landing behind the net. Picked up. And we've got whistles. And a change of possession here as they give it to Toronto. As the Toronto bench was screaming for too many men. They've been screaming since they took their first penalty. And they feel like they're up 2-0 in that category. Brendan Muse passing it down into the corner. Mike Teeter with it now. With the return of Brendan Muse, is that low shot from Teeter looked 5-hole on Vigneault. We'll get back to Muse in a second. As Liam Patton comes down the floor, his shot saved by Fryer. And now racing in after that was Tyler Ferreira straight off the bench to apply pressure and a hit. There is a big hit. Ferreira again dropping his man, second of the shift. And Ferreira looked like he was going for another big hit. With the ball picked up by Paris. Through the middle. A number of fakes here, and Steve Fryer to his backside. Andy Campbell, former member of the Kentucky Stick Horses, I believe, Brendan Muse. And played south of the border, played in a couple different leagues here north of the border, including a brief stint with the Oakville Rockin' Major Series. But back in Ontario, and as I said, I don't know that there's a lacrosse league, a box league anyways, in North America that he hasn't been a part of. As they work to the far side from the crease, over the shoulder. That one skims off the shoulder of Fryer as well. As this will be picked up by Seth Laidlaw down the far side. Adam McGordy also up there with him. Muse through the middle, tried a sub shot that rose high and went off the backboards. As now Paris runs it in over the timeline. Here's Curran. Critting Curran has it now, back up top. His pass there as Paris gets rid of it. Tainhouse in for the goal, and another argument from Toronto. Well, if it goes straight in, that's pretty good. If not, maybe there's an argument for Toronto to be had, but we're about the 2-minute warning here in the second quarter. And 9-8 the score, 17 goals already in the period. Couple big hits here as Mazzucato comes barreling down, and they wanted the 8-second call. Again, did the Toronto bench. Here's Mike Burke with 7 on the clock, now 5 on the shot clock as they work to the far side. Here's Andy Campbell getting close to the net, tried to do another dunk shot there. Gets up and fills in. I believe that was Andrew Bennett, who now brings it across center. He'll find Teeter off the bench. Teeter looking for his man in the corner, and him and Muse can't connect. As the ball now headed down the far side. Minute and a half left in the half. As it's in the corner, a swim move there from Tainhouse. He'll try the dive now. He wants to score one of every way possible here in this game, does Tainhouse. Working in a big blast straight down the pipe for Jordan Critch. Rebound comes all the way back. A number of different lines here on the turf as they use this building for indoor soccer as well. A permanent turf down here at the Sillaps Community Center. From the outside, Mike Burke lets rip, and he heard it hit off a stick as we're down to 50 seconds left in the half. Picked up by, nearly called them Brampton. They have so many Brampton players, and the jersey looks exactly the same. But it is the Toronto Monarchs, and it is Seth Laidlaw that picks it up, dancing around. And the shot clock siren goes, and the officials, I think, are going to discuss this one. And here we are. Brought to the near side, Jordan Dance. Dance getting back to the middle, back door, they score. 25 seconds left, we're back tied. If Toronto gets it, and they do, off early movement on the restraining line, and immediately as that happened, all the officials knew that the timeout was coming here for Toronto. Steve Fryer making his way to the bench with 24 seconds left. And up top, Brett Olbickus. Jordan Dance will start with it up top for Toronto. And a bit late starting, but here's Brendan Muse as he'll turn away from pressure. Looking for Dance, and this one's actually going to be pushed ahead by Paris. Seth Laidlaw getting their big-time collision as a couple bodies go flying. And again, into the corner, Liam Patton, he gets up. He wants Seth Laidlaw. That one was huge, and Steve Fryer coming off the bench to get back into the corner. And again, Toronto's going to end up with possession here for 7 seconds. Here's the shot in tight from Jordan Critch. And Vigneault will just cover up as everyone was screaming at a whole bunch of people, some on the officials, some at their own teams to get back. But my goodness, what a first half. If you like high-powered offense and run-and-gun style, you saw it there. 9-9 the score. We get set for second period action here from the Sillaps Community Center. Arenalacrosseleague. Paris RiverWolves, Toronto Monarchs, the winner, will be tied for second place in the standings. Speaking of ties, we've got one right here, 9-9 after the first half, as Burke comes around the corner, reaching down into the corner to make that save, as Seth Laidlaw loses his footing. And 6 Paris RiverWolves on the floor. Joel Furman counting them up in front of everybody so they know will be on the shooter spot on this side. Back up top they go to Jordan Dance. Caravello will send it into the corner now. Back up for Dance. He lets one fly, and Rance Vigneault drops down low to meet that one. Trying to release this up top. Another hard collision as Patton goes after his man. Dance up top again. Seth Laidlaw following him. They work down to the far side, though. Out of the corner, back for Laidlaw. Into the near corner. Where it's played for Dance. Caravello the shot, and you could hear that tick a little bit of Rance Vigneault before going in the net. Face-off battle here between Ryan Carruthers and Mike Gillen. Won this time by Gillen. Back in that second quarter, the media timeout, his stick was disqualified after the random check. Toronto looking for the cutter as Nick Grasby couldn't quite get the ball there on time. So it'll be sent up the far side as both teams make changes. Spencer Pike spins away from pressure, gets back out in the corner. And Mike Burke, oh my goodness. Even when you know it's coming, there's not much anybody can do about it. Early movement from Liam Patton. Sends him back for Toronto, and Caravello will walk it up the floor over center. 2 minutes gone in the quarter, and we're back to a tie game, 10-all this time. Nick Grasby wheeling over the top, over to the far side. Big battle in on the crease. They clear out as Caravello shoots it. And Rance Vigneault over there to make the save. Down the far side. Running through it is Mazzucato. Brad Mazzucato all the way back up top as he's got Critch on him. Big pick in the middle, cleared McGordy out of the way. He goes back after the ball. Melnichenko hard in after it. It goes in on the wall. Played to the far side. Tainhouse trying to get there. There was a reset, even though the shot clock did sound. Tainhouse will shovel to Melnichenko, and that one will go over and back. Race is on, though, as Patrick Miles wants the quick restart. Miles will pick it out of the corner and will get it up top. Luke Laidlaw over to the far side. One of the Monarchs players loses their stick, and Mike Sullivan chucks it back towards the bench. Ball on the carpet, stolen here by Patton, though. Patton spins and fires, and Fryer there to keep that one in the crease. Down the far side, the Monarchs. Bringing it back as the pace starts to pick up again. Teeter down the far side into the corner. Working out of the pile is Nick Grasby. He's got Reed Borden in front of him. They elect to go to the far side. Here is Grasby taking a wide shot. English forced that one to take an extra right turn as it bounced in the crease. A very dead turf here at Sil Labs. Very hard to make any of those bounce passes count. As here coming across is Rob Koger, and he's filled in, and that'll be an interference call, I believe, as it may be Tyler Ferreira, who's been throwing the body around a lot here tonight, will go for interference, working the left side of the horn. Back for Tainhouse. Down to Melnichenko on the crease. Backing away, Spencer Pike. They go up to Burke. Down in the corner, Drake Smith is there. Back for Burke again. Melnichenko now. Melnichenko, a sidearm shot. Bounces off the back boards, and the race is on. Melnichenko going hard after Dustin Caravello. Caravello and Melnichenko standing over top. And out of the corner, Caravello. We'll put it back down in the corner. Big bump off the glass all the way out for Seth Laidlaw now. Caravello changes underneath of us on the penalty kill unit. Here's Laidlaw lifting the shot on net, and then Blair Goss sends him to the turf hard. Minute 9 seconds left in the power play as the RiverWolves regain possession. Jogged up over center by Tainhouse. Bit of a hidden ball play. He fakes the pass to Burke. Tainhouse still with it. Monarchs all over that as Burke now takes the shot. And a big right shoulder shrug from Steve Fryer there to make that save. Ball scoots past Patrick Miles behind the back. Pass. It's going to roll into the corner here. As the RiverWolves trying to work out with it, and Britton Curran just couldn't see that one work as he chased it down, though. He's awarded with another possession. Fryer not sure where it is. It's off to his right as Drake Smith picks up around the back there for Tainhouse. The youngster and the veteran Drake Smith and Brendan Tainhouse on the same line. Here's the shot all the way down the floor for Jordan Critch as they were trying to sort out the pieces. Breakaway, was pretty sure that was Jordan Critch. They announced in the building Francisco, but I believe that's being changed now to Jordan Critch. Spencer Tangway, a voice that you've been hearing on our season-long coverage of the Arenalacrosseleague. Be sure to visit their website for the upcoming games, as the JVI Sports Network will have season-long coverage of this league, including this, our third game of the day. Be sure to go check out the Peterborough Timbermen and the St. Catharines Shockwave from the ILA earlier today, and the Oshawa Outlaw and the Six Nations Snipers, the battle for first place, also from the ILA earlier this afternoon. Those all available on the YouTube channel. Here's Jordan Dance. Dance gets filled in and getting up slowly as the shot clock about to expire. Dance gets up and fires, and Rance Vigneault makes the save. Now Dance nose to nose with his man. Just under 8 minutes left here in quarter number 3. Monarchs lead 11-10 as the conversation continues. Tainhouse to Burke. Burke fakes the pass, goes to Melnichenko. He can't handle it. Bounces down into the corner. Melnichenko back up top. Here's Burke. Mike Burke to Tainhouse now. Caravello steps up in his face, and it's played back again. Back for Melnichenko. Spencer Pike Can't find him. Melnichenko goes down. Caravello quickly on him. Where's the ball? As that shot just went wide. Or did it as it hit the post? The horn has gone for the media timeout. Minute 27 left in the latest of what's been a series of officially substitution minor penalties, and that's all it takes for Paris to score. It was set up by Burke this time, as Spencer Pike the beneficiary. And guess what, folks? We're tied again, 11-11. Steve Fryer. Back to the dot we go. Oh, bit of a lean in there from Liam Patton. Goes unnoticed as Gillen comes off. Stuck in the stick here. Now a big hit and a nice job to shovel it forward by Reed Board. What happened here? Oh my goodness. A huge, I want to say scrap, but we haven't seen. I don't even know who this is. The jerseys are gone. And they go down. Brendan Tainhouse having words now with Reed Board right in front of the net, in front of the bench. Andrew Bennett and Mike Burke, who were pretty close, I think, in the Brampton system, share a bit of a chuckle and a shove on their way to the benches. Up top, shooter spot for Caravello on the most recent power play for the Monarchs. Oh, that one hits the pipe, and it bounces right back the Rivermen way as it's Mazzucato bringing it up over center. Brad Mazzucato tiptoeing his way through, tries to split the defense now. The bench wants a holding penalty. It's not going to come as Caravello now chops the ball away. And more shoving after the fact, this time Andy Campbell. Toronto goes around the back there, and what happened in behind the play as Mike Burke goes flying. Here's Jordan Dance, the shot in the goal. Jordan Dance straight down the middle. Breaks the tie, 12-11, at least for the time being. So it's definitely been the one to watch so far, as it looked early on, very early, that the Monarchs were going to take off with this one, but we now know that that was not to be the case as the RiverWolves clawed their way back right in front of the net, in front of the bench rather. Connor Brown, a sidestep and a big high step, pardon me, before taking that shot. Fryer with the save. Rebound dropping down right in front of Adam McGordy, who will now turn back, and now the stare down for Drake Smith. Played back in the corner for Seth Laidlaw. Trying the pass to the far side, intercepted by Drake Smith. He's got one with him, elects to take the shot, and it's off the arm of Fryer. Straight down, Francisco. He sends it the other way. As now reinforcements come off the bench. Reed Board straight to the net and scoring one-handed, it looked like. As now Toronto starting to pull away, 13-11 with a minute and 29 left. Streaking his way off the bench, going straight to the net. Gillum losing another face-off. Again, not the stick he normally uses, as the other one was disqualified. We're about to hit the final minute of play in the third quarter as they work to the far side. Played down in the corner. Melnichenko is backing his way away as Tainhouse cuts through, and this should go over and back. It does. Closest one to it, though, is Tyler Ferreira. He's going to pick it up and not even break stride before going to the net. 1 minute left in the period as of right now. As now Teeter from inside, looks like the soccer penalty box. Penalty kick area as Nick Grasby goes to that same spot on the other side of the floor. There's a big rip that goes off the backboards, intercepted on the rebound by Paris as they will work their way back up the floor. Led by Stu Michelone. Spencer Pike into the corner. Melnichenko is the cutter now as he tries to go low and looking 5-hole on Steve Fryer, who's really stood tall. Took him a bit to settle in. but the last couple possessions he's been really good. And here's Melnichenko. Melnichenko trying to go right through Matthew Francisco. May have been a tug there at the end. And here comes Dance straight down the middle, and time running out. And there is the horn, in fact, to put an end to quarter number 3. We'll switch ends one more time and put 15 more on the clock. Toronto leads by 2. Arena Lacrosse League action on the JVI Sports Network. Steve Fryer in the net to our left, Rance Vigneault to our right for the final 15 minutes here at the Sillaps Community Center in Paris. 13-11 for the Toronto Monarchs, and they'll come away with the opening face-off of the quarter. Big scramble there as there's a loose ball back down in the corner, and it looks like Paris is going to come away with it. As Brennan Tainhouse runs his way in, there's Mike Burke. Burke will go to the far side, being chased down here by Britton Curran. Picked up Matt Pelkey. Pelkey's still with it now as he flips it back to Jordan Dance, who slams on the brakes. Cutting down the far side and trying to poke it through, but called for the crease violation, was Tyler Ferreira. One of the rare moments in this game where the penalty box is empty and we're playing 5-on-5. We've had a number of 5-on-5s with offsetting penalties, as there's a goal from Paris as they look to claw back in again. I believe it's Spencer Pike out, picks it up, puts it home. And now Toronto leads by just 1. What a game we've been treated to so far. This should be a fantastic match. Again, you missed it earlier between the Six Nations Snipers and the Oshawa Outlaws. This would be the matchup that would tie the loser of that game for second place and will break what is currently a 3-way tie between St. Catharines, Toronto, and Paris for effectively third in the league. Here's Nick Grasby. He's going to stop in the restraining line. And this one hard up to center, but it bounces straight to Paris, and Connor Brown bracing himself against Mike Teeter, who's back playing defense because he didn't have time to get off the floor. As it's now sent back up the floor as Connor Brown will head off. Played back for Reed Board now. They continue to change. Jordan Dance to the far side. This is Board. Reed Board up top for Caravello. Caravello looking for Dance. That pass, too low into the feet of Dance. Blair Goss trying to dig for it, as is Reed Board, and it's going to be won by Paris. Goss recovers and goes down. Bit of a late call from John Watson as the arm goes up top for Tainhouse and Burke. Corner Melnichenko. Back for Tainhouse on the crease. Spencer Pike waiting for a rebound, as is Drake Smith, and it never shows up. As here's Steve Fryer lifting it out to center. Dustin Caravello had a pass to the net, blocked off quickly though, as Brett Olbickus gets in his way. Olbickus hard on Caravello again. Olbickus, Melnichenko now. As Seth Laidlaw comes in to join the battle. Tainhouse waiting for a rebound to sneak out. And Caravello will just turn and jog away as he knows he killed the entire shot clock. Down in the corner, dropping the penalty time to 1:15. Tainhouse and Burke. Burke around the back to Tainhouse. Now with the swim move. All the way back up top, Burke, Pike, down to the crease. Played back for Spencer Pike again. Pike still looking for it, spinning and firing. Quickly was Brendan Curran, I believe, down on the crease. A spinning chop there from Kern as Critch came up over center. And Dance now diving towards the net. And that shot didn't quite get through. And he had thoughts of laying out Rance Vigneault, who's kept 1 foot in the crease though, and now starts play back the other way. Liam Patton. And Burke. And the rest of the RiverWolves with 20 seconds left in their power play. That shot. Fryer makes the save, and Drake Smith sends it 5-hole in the back of the net on Steve Fryer. Big collision there as Jordan Dance went right through his man. With no call against Brett Ulbickus. Down to the crease. And Rance Vigneault able to make another save. Picked out of the crease though by Liam Patton. And the arm is high on Joel Furman. And Rance Vigneault almost beat a couple teammates getting to the bench for the extra attacker here. As Mike Burke gets it in front. Big fill in there as Andy Campbell took a bump, reset as Fryer makes the save. Melnichenko up for Mike Burke. Burke again will get the return pass. Now looking off to his left in the corner. Tainhouse can't hang on. Tainhouse with the swim move. Sends it off the glass. Spencer Pike. And Toronto still can't touch up. And now still can't. They've had a couple really good opportunities. And Ryan Carruthers gets close to the crease. And now Fryer will hang on as we'll get a too many men call against Toronto. All the way back to get it. Here's Burke. They were looking for Drake Smith for the quick stick, and Critch wasn't ready for that one to drop. Nearly hit him in the bucket, but he wasn't ready. He thought it was going to bounce in front of him, and he just ran a bit too quick for it. Melnichenko and Burke setting up again, along with Pike. Tainhouse in front of the net, and this is Drake Smith. 15 on the shot clock. Minute 15 left in the power play. 9 left in the quarter. Fryer from the crease now. Everybody scampers off except for Pike, who heads down to play defense, along with Patrick Miles. Down the far side, though. Quick off the bench is Burke and reaches over Fryer after the initial fake. And now Paris has the lead off the power play goal. Make it 14-13 now. Gillum winning the faceoff through his legs, but nobody home to pick up possession, so Blaze McCullough will carry it all the way back to the far side. McCullough's going to head off now after passing the ball away. Melnichenko. He goes over to the far side. Now the shot bouncing off the shoulder of Fryer and up out of play as Tainhouse will start things again in the corner. Ryan Carruthers. Him and Tainhouse working this near side. Big hit there. And that one popped the helmet free. And the call didn't come until the helmet went flying. It looked like a good hit from here, but they're going to call the high stick. Yet another opportunity up top for Pike. Over to the far side, down low, and it's through the legs of Fryer. I believe that's Andy Campbell with his second. As Campbell was in tight, takes the big shot. As Drake Smith topples there in the corner. Big race here. Blair Goss had Dustin Caravello all lined up. That's not a fair matchup by any stretch, but Patrick Miles can't pick up. Caravello coming off the floor slowly now. Grimace under that face mask. They go down the far side. Big hit there as Liam Patton works around his man. Patton here for Burke. In the middle, Carruthers. He took a hit after that shot. 15 on the shot clock. Nearing our final media timeout. Heading up the floor here. Out of the reach and the fake back to the right. And then left-hand side, and that's in past Fryer. 3, definitely the largest lead of the night for Paris as they lead now 16-13. Rob Koger being announced on the goal. Been watching him play for about 4 years, and I think I've only said that about 2 or 3 times as Koger lays the chop after the face-off win. Final stretch drive coming up, final 7 minutes, a 3-goal lead here for Paris. JVI Sports Network. Back inside the Syllabs Community Center looking for the stretch drive in what's been a fantastic lacrosse game, a fantastic cap to a lacrosse day. Again, if you missed it earlier, 2 games previously recorded today from the ILA, so check the YouTube channel for those, as well as our full slate of coverage from the Arenalacrosseleague all season long. Seth Laidlaw rips a wide shot from up top. Doesn't quite get all the way over as Stu Michelone gets his stick in the way. Paris is able to bring it up over the line, though, on the far side. In the stick of Brett Olbickus. Melnichenko now working the far side as Tainhouse comes in with it to the crease. Fryer looks to release that one, and it bounces off Melnichenko while he was on his way to the bench. Goes straight to Connor Brown, and he gets hit as he's on his way to the crease. Nobody picks up a couple Toronto players as they're down in the zone, including Jordan Critch, and I believe Adam McGordy, who was the intended target for that outlet pass from Steve Fryer. Bouncing around on this side, Brendan Curran, as Burke wheels across the top. Almost went field style with the Dan Keene-esque 1-foot hop. Broken stick now lying on the floor, as is a Paris player in the crease. There was about 2 on the shot clock. 5 minutes, I believe, remaining here in the period. Score clock lights up a few extra dots there, but we'll keep you apprised of the time situation. 16-13 Paris RiverWolves. Mike Teeter backing his way to the outside over for Nick Grasby now. Nick Grasby, he finds Jordan Dance, and his shot goes wide. Now bouncing down the far side of the floor as Blaze McCullough gets there. Shot clock did not reset, so the siren goes. Play continues as they flip here for Mike Melnichenko. Melnichenko and Burke joined by Spencer Pike now. They collide as Burke spun back. Burke sending it into the corner. Stumbling there was Tainhouse, as now he'll go to the far side here for Melnichenko. Tainhouse hobbling off as they look for Drake Smith coming out of the corner. And this one over the center after the shot clock violation. Picked up by Dustin Caravello. Down in the corner is Toronto. Still looking to close the gap. It was a mini run that took them up to 13 after a 10-10 tie, but it stalled right there. As now Toronto continues to work for it. Outside shot covered up by Vigneault. And Rance Vigneault will go down the floor with it. And you can see how dead the carpet is. That first shot, that first bounce went absolutely nowhere. But the intended target thought it was going to skip a little bit higher and end up going into the corner. That takes the shot clock down to about 10. Curran into the corner in the far side. Spinning shot there from Andy Campbell, looking for his hat-trick goal as Ryan Carruthers chases the loose ball to the right of Fryer. Picked up by the Monarchs as they work over center. 3:15 remaining here in quarter number 4. Ball flipped off up top to Dustin Caravello, courtesy of Mike Teeter. Jordan Dance working the top side now. And now giving to Brendan Muse. Muse to the far side. Caravello didn't get all he wanted on that shot as someone stepped up right into his hands. And now Ulbickus works over center. 2:45 remaining in quarter number 4. From out of the corner, here comes Tainhouse back on the floor after that brief injury scare as Pike sends it up to Burke. Down for Drake Smith. That shot doesn't hit anything as Burke will now go Melnichenko hard and shoots around a screen very late in the shot clock. And Melnichenko pulls the lead up to 4 now. Now 17-13. Yes, you've seen 30 goals in this game here tonight. Gillen trying to cut off Connor Brown. Brown lost his stick in the process as now it is picked up by Paris, working out of the corner all by himself, Liam Patton. As now Patton finally loses the ball, reaching down to pick it up. Patton still with it, draws the double team. Both teams still have their draw team on the floor, and I believe Toronto is getting possession here just as they hit 2 minutes on the clock. Fryer motioning to the bench. Does he want him to come? Yes, he does, as Fryer's going to run underneath us. They'll go 6-attacker set with Jordan Dance and Caravello up top. Last man is Critch into the middle. Back for Dance. He looked back door, and that was off a RiverWolf defender's stick. And all the way down the floor, Caravello's got 6 seconds to work with. Nobody's made a move to the bench yet to get Fryer back out there. Now Brendan Muse does, as there's a big scrum, as someone was taken down. Now the helmet ripped off the head. Looks like of Stu Mickelorn. And Jordan Dance is just going to keep going on Mickelorn. We'll see what this call is, because I would stop very short of calling it a fight. It's more a mugging by Jordan Dance. As Jordan Dance comes to the bench, and Mickelorn looks like he's going to the penalty box. So again, missed what precipitated that. As Dance has gone to the room, I believe. Each of them 5 minutes for fighting, I guess, to make it easy. Minute 30 left here, 4-goal lead for Paris. If they can kill out this shot clock, that would go a long way to cementing their place in the tie for second place. As Drake Smith works out of the corner. Big rip and a couple extra chops after the fact, as Britton Curran stepped up after the shot, and it looks like Mike Burke might be going off here for slashing, though. Time. Monarchs trail by 4. Brendan Muse will get it started. He goes up top. Muse again. Back for Grasby now. And Caravello. Caravello straight down the pipe. Picked up here by Vigneault. He had a quick look up the floor. Saw that Fryer was in the net and elected not to bomb it down. Now he does on the pass into the stick of Brett Olbickus. And we're in the final minute. 47 seconds remaining here in the regulation time, and it looks like the Paris RiverWolves will come away with second place as they try and kill things out here. As Olbickus will try and cut back 2 to make its shot, and it does before Fryer makes the save, as now Fryer passes off to his left. 27 seconds left, and that may be too tall a task again for the Monarchs, but what a game we just saw. 17-13 the score as it stands right now. As Brendan Muse will take top position. That pass into the feet of Teeter. Back up top for Muse. The low shot rises a little bit, and it'll be over and back for 4 seconds, and it'll be a 4-goal lead and win for the Paris RiverWolves here on their home floor. Again, what a game. Hard fought all the way. Great way to end the day. Be sure to check out the YouTube channel for season-long coverage of the Arenalacrosseleague here on the JVI Sports Network. I'm Matthew Carrick, and we'll talk to you, ladies and gentlemen, next time.